Who wants to ride a sled with stock graphics? Not us. Use SledSend 4 for 20% off a discount on Arctic FX graphics. They'll bring your vision to life with hundreds of designs and endless customization options. Your sled will stand out whether you're on the trail or in the backcountry. So hit the link in the description and customize your wrap and use SledSend 4 for 20% off at checkout.
SledSend listeners, welcome back to the next episode of the SledSend podcast. Appreciate you guys tuning in. As always, check out some of the links in the description. There is a ton of discount codes for you guys in there, from Oxbow to Backwoods to Carbon Pursuit to Avid Products, Arctic FX. The list goes on.
All the goodies.
Yeah, so be sure to check those out if you guys have not already. And if you're watching this, you can tell that we are back at Kagan Cork here in Hermiston again. So shout out to those guys for hosting the SledSend team dinner and letting us set up here to do a couple episodes. So the links to their Facebook and Instagram are in the description as well. So if you're local to the Hermiston area, definitely check them out.
Or if you're not, you should still check them out.
Yeah, travel over.
Yeah, you should come here regardless. This place
come eat it. Come eat in Kagan Cork and stay at an Airbnb by T. Smith.
Yeah.
Yep.
Double bang.
Put it on the list.
Well, there's 2 blocks that way.
You can walk here.
Yep. Absolutely.
You can get all roosed up and crawl home. Do the water roozle fall. Do the razzle dazzle roozle crawl.
Fridays, Kobe's running the bar. So
I'm running the drinking side of the bar, not the serving side.
Yeah. So this episode, I think it's probably time for kind of the halfway point of the season.
Yeah.
So far. So let's dive into SledSend Boys season update so far. Yeah, there's been quite a few things that have happened since November 3rd was our first.
Yep.
let's start there. Yeah, what happened November 3rd, T. Smith?
Yeah,
for some of us.
Huh?
Said for some of us, it was the best ride of the season.
Oh, well, dude, I mean, it was still the best ride. It was the best ride of the season so far as like the snow and the energy.
Yeah.
It was my first time in Bend.
Yep.
It was
our first time.
Your first time in Bend. It was Cody Hoffbauer's first time in Bend.
Oh, I brought a bunch of virgins to Bend.
What?
Let's go. I like that.
Nice.
And it was the earliest any of us have ever ridden.
Yeah, that was by far the earliest.
November 3rd.
November 3rd.
It was Bluebird, and there was all of 5 feet.
Yeah, I think we did. I think it was a little over 5 feet. I think we probed a little over 5 feet.
Yeah, it was gnarly, dude.
Which was so. Yeah, that blew me away.
My truck. I got my truck stuck in the parking lot
because you were so excited.
Yeah, I was hyped, dude. I didn't even think about it. I just pulled in, right to the berm. Well, let's stay in here. We'll figure it out when we leave.
Dude, I don't know.
Leave.
I don't know if I've ever had so much stoke and energy in a ride before. I mean, we got out there, and all of us were just like on cloud 9. Like
we were up
like
there.
nonstop.
There was a lot of
You were
breath
on Rock
holding
9.
for me.
I was on Rock 9.
Like going down there. Yeah, I like that one. That was a good one.
Yeah.
Because it was like, man, I'm going to drag these guys all the way down here. I think the snow is going to be good. And then as soon as we get to the parking lot, see people come back in.
Yes.
And it's like, oh my goodness. And then as soon as we leave the parking lot, it was like, okay.
It's like
it's
cut
all
scene.
It's all worth
scene
it,
to that
yeah.
one in Ted where it's like, my turn, assholes. And he's like running around the corner, you know?
Yeah, absolutely.
My turn, assholes.
Yeah, I hope so.
Yeah. No, it was
so good.
It was an epic day for sure. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. And then we pulled up to a spot and stopped, and I think Shawnee was wanting you to come home a little bit earlier or something.
Yeah.
So we're like, all right, let's bounce. And we were on our way back to the truck, and I was probably like 10 feet off of the road.
Not even
on
that.
my right side, and I caught a pretty gnarly lava rock.
That's a nice boulder.
It was a nice boulder. Yeah,
The top of the mountain.
And the sled went upside down, threw me off of it, and it took out my ski, my carbide, my tie rod, my lower arm, my upper arm, and my shock.
It took out the whole. It took out your whole right side.
Took out
The whole
my
right side
entire
was smoked.
entire right side.
Yeah.
And so we messed around with that. We tried riding it, taking turns on one ski, and that was
That sucked.
non-successful.
We were a ways from the truck.
We were
had
at the top.
We
It was
had
literally-
just started our
yeah,
trek
Yeah,
back.
it was pretty far out.
We were a ways from the truck, dude.
Yeah. And then I don't know who suggested tying the spindle to.
I think
That was 100% me because we tried. We put you on my stock bumper first because I didn't have my backwoods on yet.
Yeah.
Put you on my stock bumper first,
Yeah.
but we just kept that right side just kept digging into the snow and just falling off. And so I got pretty annoyed of dealing with that mule tape. So I was like, dude. Well, we tried riding it out after that, and then we were all tired, and we were a quarter of the way back, and we were like, all right, dude. I told you, I said, just leave your sled right there. I looped around, pulled up right next to you, and I picked your spindle up, set it as high up on my running board as I could,
Tied it
and
off.
just tied the shit out of it, dude.
And it worked flawlessly.
It worked, and we were sitting there just kind of, you were pushing, I was hitting the throttle, we were just kind of trying to balance, and
Yeah. I think we only had to retie up once.
yeah. We
I'm glad
only
you guys
retied
got
that
this out of the way before I got home.
one. Oh, dude.
Dude. Yeah.
Once we did that, though, we were cruising. We started moving until
Yeah.
we got to the bottom, and then we had all those snowshoers and all their cars parked right
that
on the
was
trail.
Such
Yeah.
And
that was a cluster.
Cars are trying to
They're all
drive at
glaring
us.
at us.
They see,
dude.
they
Welcome
see
to
two
Ben.
sleds.
It was
They
wild.
see two
Ben.
sleds and 3 skis, and they can't figure out that we need
That's
to
not
get
cute.
straight there.
Yeah.
They got 2 cars side by side, won't get out of our way, so that was handy.
Yeah. So there went $1,100 in damage day one.
That was handy.
I mean,
Yeah.
but
Early season riding.
oh yeah, but I don't have Jose beat. Nobody does. We'll get to that one. So after Bend, we had a few weeks.
I think we had a week or two, maybe, if that.
Couple weeks, 2,
Then
3
where did we
weeks.
go?
We went halfway.
That was like 2 or 3 weeks, I think.
It was around Thanksgiving, I thought. It wasn't even in
No.
December yet, I don't think.
No.
Halfway?
Yeah. I'm almost certain.
Dude, I think
Well, he
I think-
wasn't back yet.
Nope.
No, I think it was the beginning of December. We didn't ride anymore.
Yeah, I think it was just. I
was
think
middle
it
of
was
December.
because
Ish. No,
Ish. I
it
could
was
be wrong.
it
Ish.
was the week before Christmas. Because
Was it?
I had the week of Christmas and New Year's off, and my sled was at Jeff's.
that's right. So okay, December 15th. That's when
Yeah.
we were there.
Okay.
No, yeah.
No, yeah.
So should we
It was
do
December 15th.
good news or bad news about it first?
Good. Let's go through the good because
All right.
that happened at the end.
So then, Jeff,
What? Oh.
good news first.
Oh, well, that was my first ride
Yeah,
on the boost.
yeah.
We had a lot of snow. That was it's a badass experience.
And it was
right
your
there.
first time in halfway too.
That was my best ride of the year so far too,
Yeah.
which is ridiculous.
He
But
was permagrin the whole
Which
time.
is ridiculous.
first ride, best ride. Went downhill since. No, but yeah, that was
Went downhill
No, it's true.
since.
it was good. I had a lot of fun. I want to go back. We're going back Saturday maybe.
Yeah.
Oh, we got to cut out the
Well,
halfway
then
part.
you were on your Vogue sled,
Yep.
and would you pop the cap off your coolant?
Yeah. So the first day we went, it was me, you, Matt. We got completely socked out.
Oh, that's right.
That was a whole nother issue that we ran into that day. It wasn't
Yeah.
our issue.
We won't talk about
Someone
that.
else's issue. Ended up getting him off the mountain. Yeah, and then the next day, riding the sled was awesome. The whole day, all of a sudden, there's like green stuff that was coming out of my sled. I'm like, huh, that's not right. Then all of a sudden, my sled's completely overheating. And I'm like,
old
that's
maple syrup.
definitely not right. And go and look, and there's no coolant in there. So just filled it up with some water. After that, she was flawless again.
That was your first ride on the.
Yeah, that was
That
the first
sled,
ride
wasn't
on Pinky. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Was your first impression pretty good? Or no?
Yeah, no, I was stoked on it. I've always been like a big believer of lug over length. But this sled is a 275 instead of a 3-inch. And I was thoroughly impressed with how much that track just kept eating. Like, it would just chooch right through that snow. It was hungry.
Chooch.
And but yeah, it was super fun. That was I think that's the only thing that's really done to it, just a Vogue tuned sled. I didn't have anything else on it yet. I don't think. Yeah, no, I didn't have anything else on it yet.
Yeah, I don't think so. We're still waiting on some stuff, I think.
Yeah. Yep.
And so, what about you? How was your trip to Halfway, Jose?
Halfway was dope, dude.
It was your first time there too.
Yeah, my first time at Halfway. The day was great. Everything was awesome. The weekend before that, I had gotten that Chaos conversion kit from Raptor, and I put that on. And so the first, we dumped off the trail and started climbing up this little hill, and I ended up like nose up right up into a tree, and I was like, I'm going to get stuck right here. I backed up a little bit and then just pinned it, gave her pin and wiggle, and it stood up like that Chaos kit did what it was, what I was wanting it to do. And it stood up, and I laid it back over. Well, down on the left was like a creek. And I was thinking to myself, like, oh, dude, just don't drop into that creek. Don't drop into the creek.
You did drop into it.
And then I dropped into the creek. But I went down into the creek, though. I bombed into the bottom, bombed up the right side, and then bombed back down and came out back to where we were. And so that was it, dude. From there, I was like, game on. Confidence. I'm there, dude.
Yeah.
Like, I'm ripping today. I'm getting it. And everything was great till about 3.
Yeah.
The very end of the day.
It was
Very end of the day.
Yeah, about the time Jeff was like, all right, we need to get out of here. I need to get home.
Yeah, we were all, it was time to head home, and
That's how it usually goes, right?
we came off. Yeah, Jeff's always our fun kill.
We need to get home. we need to get home. I need to meal prep.
Yeah, it was Sunday. I got a meal prep, dude.
I wasn't the only one that wanted to leave that day.
I wasn't
That's a
the
good
only one.
I should have left when you said that.
Well, maybe not, because it would have just happened on the next
Yeah, but I
ride.
would have been up on the trail at least when it happened, probably.
You wouldn't have found out until your next ride, which would have
So
been
what's the bad news?
Which would have been
He's getting there.
McCall. Yeah.
Oh, no, it would have been. Oh, yeah, it would have been.
No, we went to. Did you go to Tollgate with us?
No,
you didn't go to Tollgate with
I
us.
didn't. No, I did not.
Hey, what's up, guys? We're here at Heydays, and I'm standing here with Dayton from Albany Lodge, and he's going to tell you a little bit about what they have to offer.
Hey guys, so we're a certified Polaris Adventures outfitter located in Albany, Wyoming. We have 13 cabins and 9 hotel rooms. We offer a fleet of sleds in the winter for rent as well as in the summer of side-by-sides. If you guys are looking to do something a little bit different, we offer guiding, fishing guides, all of the above. At the end of the day, get dirty, get tired, stop in the bar and grab a drink, get bites to eat, have a good time.
Heck yeah, and be sure to use SledSend 4 for 15% off the lodging and their entire rental fleet, whether you're here for the winter to ride sleds or in the summer for side-by-side.
We came off a hill, cutting across the lake, and I look over and Tyler's hitting this little hillside doing, re-entries and bow ties or whatever. I was like, dude, I want to go do that. I'm having a great day. Let me go try it. So I went for the first one, didn't work out. Got back on the sled. I was like, I'm gonna do this again. Hit the exact same spot. Found the same piece of ice that I had hit before. And sled got stuck straight up and down. And when I went up, I bailed. I knew I wasn't going to get it. So I jumped off. The sled stayed. And I landed like 15 feet down, I guess, from the sled. And so it took a few minutes for me to get back up there. And we got it laid over. And I go to start it, dude. And there's just nothing there. Yeah. And I'm thinking, man, maybe I flooded it. There's a bunch of oil on my spark plugs or something, dude. And I'm just like, no compression, nothing. It's not even trying to start. And we messed with it for a half hour maybe, and finally pulled on it. Changed plugs, did everything we could think of. Was holding the throttle wide open, pulling on the cord, and finally it started, and I was gone. Took off. Got it on the deck. Got home. Shay was taking his sled to Jeff at J&A, and he was like, "You want me to grab your sled and take it and have a compression test it?" I was like, "Yeah, dude, sure, just to make sure it's all good for McCall." Heck, dude. I get a phone call later that night. I got called to go on storm, so I'm driving a bucket truck up to Seattle, and he was like, "You want good news or bad news?" And I was like, what happened, And he goes, "Well, the good news is we know what's wrong. Bad news is you need to rebuild this thing." And I was like, "What?" So then he's sending me pictures and videos. It was starting to cold seas. And there was water in.
Yeah.
There was water in it.
Yeah. So we pulled the plugs, and you could see like pretty clearly on the plugs there was water on them. I was like, huh, where'd you get your gas at? Found out where that was at. And then, I think it was the mag side, had some pretty serious scarring on it. It was like, ooh, she's going. The compression test for the PTO side was like 120 or something like that. And your mag side tested at like 99. So like, yeah, she's smoked. She's donezo.
So I'm 4 hours from home, working a 40-hour straight shift because I just got called out to the stone call. And now I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to do for a sled for McCall. And start making phone calls the next day. It was either rebuild it back to an 850 for like a couple $100 less than going to get a big bore 900 kit, clutching, tuning, and everything. So I went and got a 900 big bore kit with some clutching and some tuning from Carl's. So
what's your price tag on that?
after labor?
Yeah.
52. 50.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. They
No.
I'd have gave you a lot extra for 52, bud.
You know what's funny is on our ride back,
Nothing's funny about that.
at halfway, when we stopped and you wanted to leave your sled running.
Oh yeah, dude.
And Shane pulls the tether.
We're leaving, and I was like,
yeah.
all right, dude, I'm not gonna shut this thing off till I get it on the deck, dude.
Yeah.
Shane was there when I said that. We get halfway back to the truck.
I was one that was like, don't shut your
Yeah, he's like, don't shut your sled off, dude. Just get it back to the truck. So we had this game plan of not shutting my sled off. So I got back to the truck. We're halfway back. We stop at a corner to make sure everybody gets there. This goofy comes over and pulls my tether. Shuts my sled off. So I'm like, oh,
it
great.
was running
Yeah.
fine after that. Complete faith.
I mean, you went and got it off my deck at my house.
Complete
too, so it
faith.
started up.
Yeah, she did. She did just fine.
Well, and so I think during the time that your sled was getting worked on, somewhere on that timeline, you went with him, didn't you?
Oh,
And
yeah.
you were riding his white sled, and
Almost killed Isaac.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, dude, that was a shitty series of weekends. Dude, it sounds really bad now that we're talking about it.
yeah,
It was a little,
it's been a rough
scary
season for us so
Yeah.
far.
looking up, and the sleds mock Jesus headed towards two guys. But
Yeah.
yeah, it was advice on my end because the exhaust valve actuators were all jacked up. It's like, hey, you asked, you're like, hey, it's
Yeah.
throwing codes. It's like, oh yeah, no, you're good. Like when you get out there, just give it a couple, like wait for it to warm up real quick, 100, 110, and just bop, 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 whop, and just hold it wide open for a sec, clean it off real fast. You'll be good to go for the rest of the day. It gave her the whop part, and it went a little too long. And
Dude, we were 100 yards from the
reorganizing
truck. We had just gotten there. And dude, I started it. I saw the check engine. I was like, hey, you know about this? He was like, yeah. He goes, get it up there, putt through. Like he said, 100,
Yeah.
110. Let her go. Just give her a little bit and then let off. Well, I was like, whop, 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 whop. I looked down, 99. I was like, nah, we're close enough. Whop! And I took my finger off. And it's still just wrapped, just whop, and I'm like, oh god, dude, it turned slow motion fast. And typically, I put my tether around my wrist.
Yep.
But Shay is the one guy on the team that'll tell me, like, dude, clip that to your monosuit.
Yeah.
So I clipped it to my monosuit, and so I'm thinking, I ripped my left hand off, thinking, oh the tether will come off.
Yeah, no.
No tether.
nope.
So then I'm grabbing the brake like an idiot, dude. That's not doing anything. And then with this hand, I'm off the throttle completely. So with this hand, I'm like looking for my tether, can't find it. I look up, dude, my bumper, it was like crosshairs directly to the back of Isaac's head. I was skis up right at him, wide open. And I was like, oh, dude, I'm sitting there yelling. He can't hear me, right? I'm trying to yell at him to like give him a heads up. He can't hear me. By the time I got close enough to like, I don't have any more options, I dropped a hip. I literally scooted right by him, and I jumped off. And tether came with me. Just sled laid over, and I just skimmed like we went. I think it was
his
your
running
link
it was
link bracket.
It was the side, so it was the left side panel. Nothing broke. It just like scuffed the wrap.
Yeah.
And then the link kit. It
Yep.
was just the little handle broke off.
The little rubber piece on
Nothing
the
wrong with his sled. Like that. If for what could have happened.
Yeah,
There
I
was.
just barely missed.
Oh, it
him,
was
dude.
insane.
And I
too
dude,
close for
I-
Oh,
comfort.
it was close.
that rattled me the whole rest of the day, dude. I didn't know.
Yep.
Like
but that day was so deep.
Oh, dude, it
my
was
God.
deep. It was stupid deep that day.
that was really fun.
I wish that wouldn't have happened in the morning, dude, because it would have been so much fun. But the rest of the day, I was just completely gun shy on the throttle. I didn't want to give it and have it stick again.
Yeah.
And so it was still a good day. We still had fun, but that from the morning, I was torched.
Yeah.
My mentality was cooked on riding.
Well, and speaking of throttle issues, so we had the
I forgot about this too.
we had the
You're up.
This wasn't me. I wasn't even involved in this one.
we had the Four Corner Snowmobile Club play day in Heppner, and we took Jeff's sled up there and let Kale ride it for the day, and Thomas Mabbott, with his luck, he jumped on the sled for 7 seconds and broke the throttle cable to the finger throttle.
Which, I mean, the cable broke itself. But, yeah, Thomas was on it when
it was
broke.
not Thomas's fault.
Thomas is cleared of all wrongdoing here.
Yeah, it was bound to happen. It could have happened to Jeff.
I
And
sure
so
thought it
we
was
were-
Thomas, so.
We were
Karma
well,
for
it's pretty
selling his
easy
friend
to
that
put
shitty
things
shoe.
like that on Thomas, right?
Oh, yeah.
And so we were quite a ways from the truck, and we electrical tape, zip ties, and all this
funny.
crazy
We had a
stuff.
heck of a doohickey
So-
on it.
Kale rode it all the way back to the fire for a little bit, hung out there, and then Kale rode it all the way back to my truck. And I had to load it on the sled deck. Well, by that time, the tape and zip ties, everything was coming off of it, whatever, so it was all messed up. So I had to load the sled onto my sled deck by pulling the cable with my fingers, which was pretty sketch. I got it on there, no problem. It was fine. I go to take it home, get back home, I get my sled unloaded, and I just center that sled on my deck. I leave it there because we're trying to figure out new throttle cable, getting it fixed, whatever. So I was like, I'll just leave it on my truck. Well, during that time, I was like, well, I'll go ahead and just pull the sled off and put on Jeff's big wheel kit real quick. And
Just trying to be nice.
So I run outside. I'm in a t-shirt and shorts and get the ramp out. And when I had loaded it, I was pulling the cable, right? Well, this time I started it and the finger was actually working and pulling the cable. So I was like, all right, well, I'll just use the finger. And I backed down off the ramp, and I'm like, my truck's like 10, 15 feet from my garage. And I back the sled up, and I get it turned around enough to where I'm pointed straight into my garage. I put it back into drive, and I go to squeeze that finger, and it sticks wide open. And I'm like, oh my God, my truck. Oh my God, the garage. I'm going to total this sled. And the only thing I could think of was I tipped that sled on its side. And I crashed myself and the sled into the side, into the gravel. The track is just wrapped out, full speed. I grabbed the tether.
He couldn't find his tether either, Jose.
Wasn't wearing
normally
it.
I always have, I always ride with the finger on the brake and all that stuff. And I don't when I'm unloading my sled, I guess. And so I'm covered in blood. I shattered the back of my brand new phone in the gravel, and I go inside and have to have Lindsay clean me up, and she sees the side of my blood and stuff and about faints in the kitchen. So that was great. I was like, what are you going to do when I'm like dying? I can't take care of me.
Well, you're going to die.
And so that scratched up the wrap. And
Dude, I told you, we're going to
right.
wrap it, and I'm going to fuck it up.
Mm-hmm.
And I have. And
Yep.
and you have.
Yep. And scratched up your running board a little bit. Finally get all that taken care of, get the sled in, put the big wheel on. And by that time we decided that we were going to have Heller fix it, got the throttle cable. So, all right, now I got to get this sled back on my deck into Heller. So I was like, oh man. Luckily I have a truck boss that has a winch. So I was like, oh, I'll just winch it up there, and then, so I don't send the sled over my cab of my truck.
Why didn't you use the winch?
Because I went out there and I was like, you know what? I'm feeling a little bit confident. I got this.
No. I mean, why didn't you use the winch at the snow park?
Because it was still working.
Yeah,
Pretty good.
because I was testing it and I was
Oh.
able to pull the cable, and I was like, well, I'll just whatever. And so when I go to load it back on, feeling confident, I was pulling the cable again, but I was just barely pulling it. And I get that sled up on the ramp, the belt's burning a little bit. She's not liking that too much. And I get the skis up on the deck and I shut it off and then I pull it the rest of the way. But that was another eventful story. But yeah, we did the play day, which was that your first ride?
Yeah, one of them, I think. One of them.
First couple.
Yeah, I think I went a day or two before that, maybe. Just breaking it in.
Yeah.
Kind of sounding like all we've done is break shit.
Dude, it's kind of been a little bit of a rough season for us.
It's not how you start.
Not for you.
I was going to say, that's for you guys.
That's how you
I was gonna
finish.
say I've gotten pretty lucky this year.
You've hurt your finger and your ankle. Didn't
Well,
you?
yeah, I mean, that's self-inflicted wounds. You're going to have that shit.
Not the sled, I guess.
Yeah.
But so yeah, we did the play day. It's kind of hard to keep track of everything.
I wrote
now,
a bunch. I
and
wrote
then
a bunch.
did. You want to talk about? I think it was the weekend after, or shortly after the play day. We did the Abbey training in Heppner.
Yeah, I think
which
it was the
was-
weekend after that. That was pretty good success. We had Wallowa Avalanche Center come out to Heppner. What up?
I was just thinking about, I blew a belt that day too.
You did on the Avalanche Center day?
Oh yeah,
Huh.
on
On
the
the way
pro.
back.
I didn't see that. But
You stayed back at the fire and we left.
yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, we had a good day that day, good turnout. I think we had 19 guys or something like that, fully enter. And then all the SledSend guys included, Victor and Kelly with the Wallowa Avalanche Center came out. We did a one-day rescue course. Just went over everything, transceiver, basically rescue, how to use all your gear in the backcountry. So that was good. We also got a little bit of riding in, not too much. Turned out to be a good day. I don't think we broke too much that day. Other than your belt.
Yeah, it was the first day. I hadn't started that sled in probably 2 years.
The pro.
Yeah, the pro.
Yeah.
I have a 14 pro that the wife typically rides, but she didn't go out the year before because she was pregnant. And the year before that, it was pretty early in the season. It was the last time it went out, and it's just sat in the garage. It didn't start it, didn't do anything, and so I fired it up the night before the Avalanche ride because my sled was at J&A.
Still being worked on.
And I fired it up, and I'm thinking, man, I really hope this thing gets me through the day. And it got me through the day. It felt good at the end of the day. So I was literally leaving on the trail. I left the fire, and I was like, all right, cool. And I started getting on it a little bit, started feeling a little froggy. And the very first time I gave it full throttle, just that belt let go. Sick. Luckily, I had a spare belt, but I didn't have a belt tool, so I had to call you guys to
He's
come.
like over the radio. Tyler, you got a copy? I'm gonna need some assistance.
Yeah.
You got a Gabi?
I needed the clutch tool to get that belt out of there. Got the belt out, put the other one on, and been running like a
Off you
champ,
go.
dude. She ripped today too. She got ridden pretty hard today.
Yes,
Heck
you did.
yeah.
Hey, it's Robin Cook with Truck Boss Decks. Just wanted to show off our 8-foot Truck Boss. It's 100% aluminum, made in America. You never have to take it off in the summertime. A year-round use, dry and secure storage underneath.
Yeah, absolutely. And be sure to use SledSend 4 on the website for 5% off to upgrade your adventure with Truck Boss decks.
Had play day, the Avalanche deal.
Call now.
Yeah, then
Yep.
we went to McCall,
Been to
which
McCall.
was the last episode, so we don't really need to go through all that again.
Yeah. I've been to Anthony Lakes. Just went up there and did a week with the Wallowa Avalanche Center. I can't remember exactly what they called it, but
The backcountry
backcountry festival basically up at Anthony Lakes. And they did a big fundraiser, auction, raffle. We put in for a bunch of the raffle. I ended up doing the auction for them. I think we raised like somewhere around $3 or $4 grand. So that was pretty good for them.
You skipped last weekend.
Where was that?
Sealy.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. Went to Sealy. That was really good.
Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah, we lucked out there. I got 3 really good days in Sealy. My sled ran good. Dallas's didn't.
Yeah. Day one was
Another typical
interesting. We had to do
thing for us.
A track rescue. Come to find out it was the wrong track.
Yeah, that was
Yeah, it's
Got it
incredible.
all put together and realized that the drivers didn't match up to the track, so then we had to tear it all apart again.
We did it in 30 minutes, though. It only took us 30 minutes.
Sat out there.
Yeah, it was
2
sitting
weeks.
out there for 2 weeks in the backcountry in Sealy.
So what's one more day for
I think
drivers?
it's about to start growing limbs.
Yeah. Yeah, so that was a pretty eventful day, and then Kevin sent his sled off a cliff.
Well, he didn't, but me and Dallas did for him.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Caught in
Brady.
a tree.
We sent it off over there for him.
And then third day, you got to ride with Eustace for a little while.
Yep. Rode
Jake.
with Kyle and Nikita and Jay. What was his name?
Jake Overbow.
Jake
I don't know
Overbow.
how you say
Yep.
his last name.
Rode with him a little bit. Some fellows from Ohio. They were out there getting guided, so they were having fun. That was a good day. We pulled some good shoots.
Yeah, Sealy
That
was
was
a
just
good time.
kind of a relaxed day.
Snow was good. It was pretty cold.
Yeah, it was really cold.
And chilly. I think we were riding in like 14-ish. I know Monday when we took off, it was 8
Yeah.
below.
Yeah, it
little
was
cold.
it was cold. Really
Yeah.
cold.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then today, I probably had most special day I've had on the snow for quite a while.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Got to ride with my dad, who's sitting over there, but too shy to come on the camera. Yeah, I got to ride with my dad today for the first time in like 20 years.
That's dope.
So that was pretty cool. It was,
He just doesn't want to show him the better looking one on YouTube.
yeah. Yeah. But it was, I feel like most guys in the sledding industry get introduced to snowmobiling through their dads, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's the case for me. So it was, obviously him introducing me to it and then, falling in love with it, to which then led to the creation of SledSend, and then, kind of coming full circle to get to ride with him again. So,
Yep.
That's
and
dope.
His previous sled was a 1998 Yamaha SRX 700 triple.
Heck
Hell
yeah.
yeah.
And
A
so
little bit of
he-
an upgrade for him.
yeah, so he got to ride the 9R and squeeze the boost for a minute today. So that was
That's what I was talking to him. He said he was liking it quite a bit.
Yeah,
I don't know how you couldn't anymore. These things are
Yeah.
unreal, but
They are.
yeah. So that was pretty special for me to get to do that today. So
I
we
also
just went
got to do that
Tollgate.
this weekend. Rode with my family, so that's always a good time.
Yeah,
Had a pack rat eat all of our Papa Murphy's pizza.
dude.
That was awesome.
Tell the whole story.
That's horrible.
That's pretty much the story, man. I don't know how you tell it because nobody's going to believe you. We had a pack rat eat 5 of our Papa Murphy's pizza right off the deck of our cabin while we were out riding. Took them all, stowed them away for a rainy day, I guess.
So you're out there riding all day, knowing that you get to go home to some Papa
Yeah,
Murphy's pizza.
yeah, and we stayed super.
Yeah.
We stayed super late at Anthony Lakes. I mean, I am way over my fuel air ratio limit of alcohol for myself. And so I come waddling out of that ski lodge, and everybody's just racing to get home. And we got a pretty small group, so we're moving along well. And my folks they took off. And so me and my buddy were trying to catch up, and everybody's just waiting to get home. Everybody's waiting to get home, and I got past everybody getting home. My dad just showed up, and I don't know, he was messing with his sled. I get up on the deck, and I mean, I don't even know what it looked like. It just looked like a pizza buffet
Massacre.
on the whole. Yeah, a massacre, a pizza massacre. I just start throwing shit. I'm having a tantrum. I'm madder than hell. And my dad can't figure out what's going on. And finally I cool off, and I'm like, something ate our pizza. I don't know what it is. I thought it was the rabbits at first. But yeah, my dad and CJ, after about a good 3-hour like CSI investigation out there tracking, CJ had him tracked, with the black light and his flashlight out there. He's like, okay, he came in here. This is where he exited. He tried to walk here. I also got tracks of him around here, but then he came back. He's like, we're missing 3 of the 5 pizzas. There's 1.5 left. He's got 3. And then all of a sudden the 2 of them are out there with their headlamps. They're setting up live traps, setting like pepperoni sausage in the live traps, and I hear like a stick, and it's like, whack! One of them things closed, and they're like, yeah, that'll get him. Let's set him up, And so these 2 dorks it reminds me of the movie Mousetrap, and they're setting up all that stuff in there, and they're trying to get him, but yeah, all in the meantime, I was making us some spaghetti, so it worked out.
That's going to be next week, HBO special, CSI Hepner.
Oh my goodness.
Be solving that
Yeah,
mystery.
it was not good. It was just like a good way to shit on your day. Have a rat eat all your food.
Yeah. That's messed up.
It's messed up.
The audacity.
Well, we can probably come to a close on this one, but you guys have any updates? You've got some family time in riding a little bit, haven't you? Did you ride with your stepdad?
Oh, yeah, I did a little bit with my stepdad over Christmas. He has a 23 boost, though, and I think anyone that knows anything about the Polarises know those are the problem children. So
Tough year.
Had a little problem But it was fun over Christmas. Got to ride like with the family just around their place up there. The little ones, like my daughter and my son, and then my 2 nieces, they loved it. We did that for Thanksgiving too. We had enough snow, thankfully, to go up in the mountains and make a little fire and ride with the kiddos and have a good time. And we're doing that here again in like 3 weeks.
Yeah, I guess we should
2 weeks,
mention
3 weeks
what's
for the
upcoming for
kids
us,
ride.
too.
I guess when this comes out, it'll be the week. It'll be a week.
A week
We'll have
away.
one more week.
February 22nd.
Yeah, for the kids ride up there in Little Natchez with the
Tell them what
Yakima
it's
ski
about
benders.
for people that want to go. If it's a week out, maybe they can put it on their calendar right now.
Yeah, so it's a Yakima Ski Benders kids ride. So from 0 to 18, any kids are welcome to join. You sign up through the Yakima Ski Benders. It's the Yakima Ski Benders Kids Ride Facebook page. It's specific to that, not just Yakima Ski Benders.
And this
But
is going to come out next, and this is going to be next weekend when? Or
yeah,
next-
so it'll be
next
that
week?
Saturday. So the Saturday
Next Saturday.
the 22nd, I think is what it is.
Yep, it is.
They can also watch episode 108 to
Yeah, episode
even learn
108
even more
Yeah,
details about
episode 108 has the whole kids ride with Adina and
All the details.
Stephanie and Braxton. Yeah. Yeah, it's just a kids ride, probably the largest kids ride in the United States, I would probably say,
Let's
but we
just-
don't know for sure, so we're just going to say
let's
Northwest.
just claim it.
But yeah, largest kids ride in
claiming
the
it.
United States. We're claiming
Beat
it. Foot's down here.
That's what I've been saying until somebody
Throw
tells
down
me
the
different.
gauntlet. Yeah. I think within the first 20-ish or something minutes, there was over like 70 kids, 80 kids signed up. I think they're probably
crazy.
pushing 100 plus right now.
They're getting 5 more this year.
Well, yeah,
Yeah,
we're all taking all of
yeah.
our
So
kids.
the whole SledSend crew will be up there. I'll be with the littles, because that's where my kids are at. But everyone has to have a sled to ride, whether that be their own or with their parent. Breaks down into groups. So like there's the littles, the adventurers, and then there's like more advanced, right? And our jobs will kind of be, tail guiding, making sure everyone's swept up, and then teaching the kids once we get to the top, how to get on edge, how to, transceiver check if you want to, maybe how to get unstuck, things like that. Kobe will be teaching them how to jump. Jeff will be teaching them how to hit trees, things like that.
Jose won't be tail guiding.
Jose probably will not be tail guiding. But it's a great time. They have a huge
60 kids go missing.
yeah, uninvited.
Just another day in Yakima.
Just another day.
Just another day in Yakima.
That's rough. That's too close to home. Too close to home. But it's a good time.
Crazy
man.
comment.
Yeah.
Sugar.
Yeah. Yeah, so the kids ride, and then immediately the following weekend we go back to Albany Lodge for the ladies' clinic.
Yep.
What's
Yeah,
does he keep calling that?
Looking forward to that.
Oh, it's our bachelor weekend.
Oh,
Our bachelor weekend. Yeah. According to my wife, every weekend's my bachelor weekend. So
That's what mine says too. It's okay.
yeah. Well, yeah.
it's been an eventful season for sure, so we'll see what the back half of the season has in store for us.
Just
We'll have to tally a dollar amount.
Dollar
at
amount?
the end of the year.
Well, I mean, yeah. I
Thanks
think
for boosting our
Jose's-
numbers.
Yeah, dude, we're up there this year. I won't be doing that next year, so don't
Yeah.
bank on it.
You're
Hopefully.
gonna have a boost, huh?
Oh yeah, but that
Yeah.
doesn't go towards the tally. That's
Well, cool. That's it. Anything else, Dad? No? Okay. SledSend listeners, thank you guys for tuning in on this episode. And again, special shout out to Kagan Cork here in Hermiston for hosting our dinner and hosting us for
Yeah,
a
heck
couple
yeah.
episodes
Thank you, Slade. Thank you, Amy.
of the podcast. Yep. Thank you guys. Like I said at the beginning, check out their Facebook and Instagram is in the description, so be sure to check them out and stop by for a drink and some food. So, yeah. We'll catch you guys on the next episode.
Cheers.
There we go. Oh, man. You can say your little thing if you want.
Bye.